Hey there! So, if you are managing your roadmap and running EOS in your agency, then you know it's important to have just a few goals that you keep on top of and that you are really focusing on. So, what I found to be true and why I created this tutorial is what often roadmaps just become an exercise that you do once a year or once a quarter and they never become actively used. So, you as the management team will want to have some way of tracking and making sure things get done. So this is just a couple of ways that you might want to think about doing that. So we're going to start with the ClickUp version, which is definitely the more fancy version. And if we just go on to Q1 roadmap, so what you can see is we have our different projects here. You can see that we have like statuses for project roadmaps, so from idea, under review, planned, progress, etc. But let's just assume that we're working on this project, and let's look at this dashboard. So this is here really to help you understand how your roadmap is split out, who's responsible, how projects are going. If you are a developer, so again, this is adapted from a ClickUp template. You know, I'm a big fan of just reusing things that other people have created, not creating anything from scratch, but I have kind of added some other things that will help you run this more effectively. So if you are running Agile and you're working with developers in your agency, then Sprint might be a good one so you can manage your product roadmap. But if you're really just looking at this in terms of your growth roadmap, your business roadmap, then you don't necessarily need that column. But it's good to understand like which team is responsible for which, where it sits within your business, adding comments. I love to have comments, jargon, so that you can really manage things out, and time estimates. So obviously this isn't like a whole quarter project because it's only got 40 hours, but it starts to see how things can kind of progress and how things can build. So what you can do here that's really nice in ClickUp is you can set tasks. So to make sure that every week you are working on and preparing for a review of that, you can see here we have this subtask, and then there's like some ideas of a checklist so that you can make sure that you're prepping, and whoever's that assigned to will get that every month. And this can just really help you enforce that meeting schedule that's so important when you're running your EOS agency, to make sure that each month you're really keeping focused on those key projects and what's going on with them. So that's a really fun one, just a little dashboard that you can use. I have another, albeit much simpler version of this in Trello. So here you can see I've just kind of put different columns for different things that you might want to think about. So as you're running your agency, as you're doing EOS, having your 3 objectives or your rocks for the quarter here, having a place for ideas, columns for planning, so you can like really start to think about those ideas and map them out and give status updates on them. And then these kind of columns for your meetings. So making sure that before each meeting, whoever it is that wants to discuss. So for example, if you want to discuss this project, you know that, then put it in items to discuss, whereas like other things might not go in there. And then you can write up actions to make sure that they are recorded and make sure that they are then completed before the next meeting, and you can kind of call out anything that doesn't happen. And just having it all tagged here can help you run that way more effectively and keep you really focused as a business. So I really encourage you to kind of have these basic details for each of your tasks written out, and also to really take advantage of tags and other things to help you better visualize and see how things are going in your business. So the ClickUp version is like the fancy version where you have everything. If you are running like much more complex, but definitely if you are running a more streamlined business with fewer things going on, I love Trello because it's just a lot easier and simple to see how things are moving and just keep on top of them generally without having to go into so much complexity. So I hope that you found this useful and some different ideas on how you can do this. If you want these templates, feel free to sign up for them using the link underneath this video. And if you found this video useful and the ideas in it helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week all around ideas on how you can use project management software to really streamline your business to get to the next 100K while creating more freedom in your schedule. So I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I'll see you next week.